Yo, what is going on out there? It's Larry coming to you again. I'm basically just going to make this as short and sweet as possible. NFL Week 3 predictions are coming right now. Last week I didn't do as well as I planned to do, but this week is a whole nother story. We had some twists and turns last week. The Cowboys laid an egg. The Patriots couldn't find a field goal late, and we all just didn't see the Saints floundering the way they did. But anyway, moving on. Big game tomorrow night. The Giants and the Carolina Panthers. Cam Newton, those boys found a way to run the ball unlike they did in week 1. The Giants came off a miraculous comeback victory against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers to seeing Eli throw a career high 510. They're saying that Hakeem Nicks may not play in this game. If he is not available, I don't know who will step up in his place, seeing as they lost Mario Manningham. But Victor Cruz is still on the team. He should be able to find himself plenty of targets, considering he will be the #1 option when available. But I'm pretty sure Hakeem Nicks, if he can go, he will try to go. But you know, doctors have to clear you and all that other stuff. They could say they're fine and what have you. But I think that Carolina regaining their running game with Stewart and Williams both back. I think they didn't have Williams in week 1. They found a way to pound the ball, especially Cam Newton added to that. And they were able to get the ball down the field, find a way to score the ball, and I think that they could repeat that again. The Giants came back, like I said, miraculously. They were down by 14, I think, at the half. If I'm not mistaken, y'all correct me if I'm wrong. But I do think, all in all, when it's all said and done, I think the Carolina Panthers pull off the impressive victory at home. I think that with the two-headed monster back there with Williams and Stewart, Steve Smith as a deep threat. LaFell had him a decent game last week as well. Cam Newton is still Cam Newton. I think that these guys can put another one together. Moving on, St. Louis, Chicago. Chicago should win that easily. Even though Jay Cutler is beefing with all his teammates, Seattle did look impressive in the come-behind victory against the Washington Redskins last week. Buffalo and Cleveland, this is a tough one to call. Buffalo struggled week 1. They looked very good in week 2. Cleveland put up numbers in week 2. Trent Richardson looked amazing. But I think that Buffalo will get this one. Even though I think the Browns can pull an upset, I do think Buffalo will win this one. Tampa Bay and Dallas. You seen what Tampa Bay did on the road against the Giants. We seen what Dallas did on the road against Seattle. Tampa Bay put up a good fight, but they couldn't find a way to close. Dallas just didn't show up in Seattle. I think that Romo can have a bounce-back game, but will he? We don't know. Will Tampa Bay learn from this, especially given all the heat that they have caught, especially at the end of the game when they rushed Eli Manning on the kneel down victory formation. A lot of people have been judging that based on what happened. I would say it like this. There's still time on the clock. You still got your pads and helmets on. Protect yourself at all times. I have no disagreement with Tampa Bay did. I think that people will now be gunning for them. I think that will just add fuel to Tampa Bay's already burning fire that Greg Schiano is letting under them. And I don't think that Dallas will get out of here with a victory. I'm going to pick the Bucs in this one. Jacksonville and Indiana. I'm going to go with Indianapolis. I'm going to go with the Colts on that. Let's see. Jets and Dolphins. This will be interesting. You know Tebow is a Florida boy. Will he get some PT down there in Miami? I don't know. Reggie Bush went in beast mode last week. He lit up the fantasy boards. He lit up that Oakland defense. And he had him a spectacular game. Will it continue? Ryan Tannehill looked good. Hartline looked healthy. Do I think it will continue this week against the Jets? Maybe, maybe not. We'll have to see what happened with Mark Sanchez and those boys. They looked out of sorts against that Pittsburgh defense, but they're not playing that Pittsburgh defense this week. They're playing that Dolphin defense. Do I think they'll be able to get some numbers up? Do I think they'll get some points up? Yes, I do. I think Tim Tebow will probably have him a significant role in this game. And I think that the Jets will walk out of Miami with a victory. San Francisco, Minnesota, 49ers all day. Detroit, Tennessee. Chris Johnson, you're disappointing me. I'm a Titans fan, and you've only gotten 12 yards through 2 games. Come on now, you need to pick up the slack. Detroit will win that game. Cincinnati and Washington, this will be a great game right here. I honestly believe the way that the Bengals came out last week against the Browns, they looked very explosive offensively, but it was against the Browns. Washington, on the other hand, RG3 home debut. I think that this man was going to electrify that Washington crowd. We all know how big that stadium is. You already seen what this man can do in front of his home fans. I do not think he will disappoint. RG3 will lead the Skins to a victory. Philadelphia, Arizona. Philadelphia keeps finding a way to win. Arizona has looked out of sorts, but they have won. But I'm still going with Philadelphia. They find ways to win. Atlanta, San Diego. San Diego has looked good. Atlanta has looked good. They let They got a scare at the end of the game with Denver. They were coming back, but they still held on for the victory. I don't think that will be the case this week, because I think that San Diego has found a formula that works for them. I'm going to go ahead and pick the Chargers, given that they are at home. Houston and Denver, this will be a good matchup right here. The Texans going up against the Broncos. Peyton Manning struggled. We saw the 3 picks. Do we think that's going to happen again? No, I do not. Peyton Manning doesn't do that very often. But on the other hand, the Houston offense has looked good. Arian Foster has looked good. Matt Schaub has looked good. Those boys look healthy. And of course, Andre Johnson has looked amazing as well. So I'm going to go ahead and give the edge to Houston in that one. I think that they will still roll on to be undefeated. Pittsburgh and Oakland, there's no doubt in my mind that Pittsburgh should be able to beat the Oakland Raiders, given some miraculous game by the Raiders. New England and Baltimore. New England has lost Aaron Hernandez for a couple of weeks. They signed Kellen Winslow. They bring back Deion Branch. Branch is a guy who knows the system. Kellen Winslow will be getting integrated into it. We know how they like to run 2 tight end sets down there in New England. Wes Welker, we don't know what's the status with him, given that Julian Edelman got to start over him, even though Wes Welker has been more integrated into the offense. I do think that New England will find a way to win this one. Baltimore, even though they looked real good in week 1, they struggled a little bit last week, but I do think New England will find a way to bounce back in the game. They should have won last week. They should be 2-0 right now, but shoulda, coulda, woulda, but they didn't. I'm going to go with the Patriots, though, to get the win on Sunday night. And then Monday night, Green Bay and Seattle, I'm going to go with the upset. I'm going to pick the Seattle Seahawks, given that they are at home. That crowd is amazing. Russell Wilson has shown that he can play at the NFL level, even though everybody doubted him. I'm just calling this an upset because I just think that there's something in Seattle that Pete Carroll has instilled in these guys. I think on this big stage right now, like I said, it is a Monday night game. All eyes will be on these guys. It wouldn't shock me in the least bit if the Seahawks found a way to win, so I'm going to go ahead and call it upset special. I'm going to pick the Seahawks to beat the Green Bay Packers. I know who the Packers are. I know they're very, very talented, but they had a knockout, drag-out battle with the Chicago Bears. They seen them struggle a little bit. But I think that this week, even though they got the 10 days rest, I think that they will bounce back. Well, actually, this will be 11 days rest because they go from Thursday to Monday night. So they have an extra day of rest. So I'm going to go ahead and give this one the edge to the Seahawks, though, even because they looked impressive against Dallas. They look better than anybody expected them to look, and I think that they will find a way to put this all together and find a way to beat the Green Bay Packers. This is Larry Jenkins. This has been my Week 3 predictions. Let me know what you guys think. Comment down below. Facebook.com/Blazing Sports Report. Twitter.com/Blazing Sports. You hit me up. I respond to you guys. I will follow back. All that other good stuff. Keep it there. I keep you guys entertained. I hope you enjoy this Larry Jenkins Sports Report. I'll holler at y'all. Peace.